Hey Mindset community, Dr. Ellen here. I am coming to you today with some special guests. As you can see behind me, Jake is returning.
Hey.
Da-da-da. And Dr. Kara is here today for the first time, but don't let her fool you. She's been with Mindset for a long time. So welcome to Jake and Kara.
Let's do this. I'm ready. I'm excited.
So today we're going to talk about time. As you know, this week is about accomplishment. You have come so far along this journey. It's been 12 weeks that you've shown up for yourself, and that's pretty impressive. So I never want you to shy away from a goal just because it's going to take time to accomplish. As you know, that time's going to pass anyway. So you might as well be working towards a goal, and especially one that's challenging, just like this program. So you should be very proud of yourself. We have a couple days left, so don't phone it in. We're still working hard, and we're still challenging ourselves. So today, we're going to begin with a warm-up with your sticks. So your PVC pipe, your broomsticks, whatever you got at home, I want you to go ahead and grab those. Weights are optional today. So if you have some weights that you want to use, if you're more like a level 3 or higher, go ahead and grab those. But otherwise, we're going to do a lot of speed work and a lot of challenge with regards to that cardiorespiratory system. So to begin, you can see Jake and Kara are both facing their PVC pipe that is now on the ground. So we're going to start level 1. We're going to have just walk over the stick, stepping right together, and then back right together. So go ahead and keep going, guys. You're doing awesome. You'll notice they're landing really nice and soft. And if you are a level 1, I want you to stay here. If you are a level 2, go ahead and start to jog. And Kara and Jake are going to show you that. See how they're starting to pick up the pace. They've got super soft landings with their toes. And they're staying on their toes the whole time. And then just that nice soft bounce. Now, if you're a level 2, stay here. If you're a level 3, go ahead and start to pick up the pace even more. So you can see really nicely that soft landing, and then you can see, especially with Jake's lateral view, that he is keeping his shoulders over the bar and letting his feet and legs do the work, but his core is staying nice and stable. Now go ahead and add your arms in there if you can, no matter what level you are, but start to make that a little bit more full body of an experience. Nice job. Okay, and stop. Now go ahead, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to lead with our left. So we're going left together over and left together back. And we're starting in our level 1 walking version, just like so. So everyone starts here. Good. Now if you're a level 1, you stay. Level 2, go ahead and start your jog. Still with those soft feet. I love it. And as you're able, if you're a level 2, you stay, but if you're able and you're a level 3 or higher, go ahead and start to speed that up. Awesome job, everybody. Very, very great. Woohoo! Okay, get the arms in and go quick. Challenge yourself. Speed, speed, speed.
Switch sides.
Not yet. Makes the brain and the body work. Woohoo! And time. Okay, now we're gonna go sideways. Now this is a 3 count. So when you go over, you're gonna go over together and then back together. So it's a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So if we watch, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's okay. It's just a little bit awkward to start. And I'll just as a note, I did not practice this with them, so this is my fault. Okay, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And we're going to start with our walk for level 1s. Good. Keep saying 1, 2, 3 for everybody at home so you can practice the footing, right? Jake's got it. Kara's got it.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
All right, level 1s. Level 1s are going to stay. Level 2s, you're going to start to jog it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good job. Nice job, everybody. Good. And now for level 2s, you're going to stay. Level 3s, we're going to pick up the pace. There we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good job, everybody. So everybody at home, this is a tough one. Jake, you can see again from this perfect view, so you can see his shoulders are staying over that pipe. right? And his feet are doing all of the work and crossing that distance, but his core, which is right in the middle of his shoulders and his legs, that's staying pretty tight, so those shoulders are staying over the PVC pipe. Very good. Take a break. Okay, face forward on that PVC pipe. We've got nice, gentle 2-foot jumps overward. If you cannot jump, I want you to just gently step, okay? Just like Kara's doing. Perfect. So Kara's going to stay, but she's got a little bit of that hop, a little bit of hop to her step. Jake, go ahead and go to that 2-foot hop version. And you'll see how he's pausing to make sure his landing is really nice and soft. So now for Kara, go ahead and stay. Jake, you're going to go up to level 3, which is a speed. You're going there and back, so he's not stopping to pause. He has to control his foot work as well as the landing site with that.
Yeah.
Good. 1 and 2. Rest. Now we're going to go laterally. So go ahead from here. You're going to go 2 feet over, and so you can see Jake's doing kind of that step. You can do a step touch if you need to, or if you can do like Kara, which is a higher version, you can go ahead and jump. Good. And then for anybody higher who wants to, you can start to pick up the pace and not pause on that landing. Good. Kara jumped right into that. Great job, everybody. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Rest. Everybody go ahead and pick up that PVC pipe. From here, we're going to catch our breath for a second, right? And then I'm going to have you find your balance on one leg. Now, Kara, go ahead and get your balance on one foot. Jake, I want you to balance on one leg, but keep the other foot down for a kickstand, just in case you need a little bit of extra balance. You can see Jake's back foot right here. Oops, I'll get it down. There we go. You can see that back foot. That's really helpful to give just a little bit of stability, okay? But if you don't need it, Jake, go ahead and lift that up. It's going to go right into the air so that he only has this foot to balance on like Kara is demonstrating. There we go, right there. Okay, so now you're going to stay on that 1 foot kickstand if you need, and we're going to slowly press that PVC pipe forward. Nice and slow. We're going to go 5 more on Kara's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now I want you to go a little faster, everybody. So about medium speed. Very, very nice. And then as you're able, I want you to go as fast as you can for the last 10 seconds. Fast as you can. Keep your balance and your control. Tighten that tummy. Ribs stay down. We have 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Rest. Good job. Switch your feet now. And we're going to do that same sequence of slow, medium, and fast going overhead. So balance on one leg, nice and slow, pressing overhead. As we go overhead, we've talked about this in many videos, keep those ribs down. If your shoulders are tight, you're going to press that slightly forward from your body. So just like Jake's showing there, so that if you do not have full range of motion at your shoulder, we do not take it from anywhere else but your shoulder. We don't take it from the spine. Okay, we've got 5 more on Jake's count. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going medium speed now. I want you to take note of what's happening at the foot you're balancing on. Your toes should be apart and gripping into the ground and into your shoe or into the floor. Your arch should be active and it should not be collapsed. As we've all talked before in this course, the arch is a non-weight bearing surface, so therefore it should not be collapsed in here. Last round, we're going fast as you can. Fast as you can. Good job, everybody. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go ahead and rest. You can put those pipes aside. Anybody at home you need to, go ahead and grab some water. We're going to meet back down in the center. And these two are going to show us how to get into our dragon pose or a dragon stretch. So Jake's going to go straight up. Kara's going to go sideways. And you'll notice Kara's got her far shin nice and vertical. It completely parallels her forearms, okay? Now today we're going to work on hip rotation and dorsiflexion. So her back leg, let me see if I can get it. Her back leg can be wherever it is comfortable, okay? We want those backs fairly straight. So Kara, see if you can drop that chest just a little bit. There you go, to straighten that spine, beautiful. All right, now from here, we're gonna take our inside hand and we're gonna press that knee outward. So if we look over here on Jake, you see how he's got a really good lever arm position. His elbow's high and his forearm drives right into the direction in which the force he's pushing onto his knee. So we're gonna hold that out there for 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the knee, but stay in the same position. We're gonna do that again, taking note of Jake's front foot. So go ahead and push that out. And you'll notice he rolls up a little bit, and that is totally fine. What I love to see too from this angle is his wrist is right underneath his shoulder. As you can take a peek in that, he's in a nice stacked position. Both of them have their necks beautifully extended so that all that skin on the back of their neck, go ahead and release that stretch. All that skin on the back of their neck is not wrinkled, right? And so you at home, I know you might be watching the screen, but I want you to try to keep that neck neutral and that chin tucked in. One more pressing outward into external rotation. Good, we're gonna hold that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the knee, but stay here. And so Kara's gonna show us this forward lean now to get what we call dorsiflexion. So that is the ability to actually move your left hand forward, Kara, so that we can see that rear ankle. Good. So what you can see here is the shin is approximating to her foot. That is called dorsiflexion. So we want to keep that heel down and drive the shin forward. And specifically, that knee should be driving over your pinky toe, right? We should still feel an arch. If you feel like your arch is collapsing as you drive that forward, you're too far on the inside with your knee. So driving that knee outside of the foot and forward. They're doing a great job. I want you to do that for about another 10 more seconds, and then we're gonna switch sides. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, go ahead and release that. Hey, you guys, where did you feel that last position?
That last position, right on the inside of my calf.
How about you, Kara?
On the inside, but it was also giving me a good hip stretch too.
Yeah.
Jello legs coming.
Yeah, I feel in the back of my thigh too, just from having that knee down.
Yeah, from being in the hip extension from the back leg, yeah. So this position, you can get so many different things. It's kind of a money maker, especially for people who sit a lot. So let's go to the other side now. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do is get down to that dragon. Our shoulders are over our hands in that nice stacked position. We have a vertical shin, therefore our knee is stacked over the ankle. And we're gonna have that back leg reached out as far as you comfortably can in the rear, keeping your back fairly straight. Perfect. So you can see Kara, she just made that little tweak into her spine to get that nice positioning in so that she makes sure the position, the range of motion comes from her hip and not from spinal flexion. All right, so from here, go ahead and press that inside hand into the knee, driving it outward. This is hip external rotation. You can still see Jake's hand stacked underneath his shoulder, okay? And then you can see Kara's shin is just perfectly vertical. She has not broke plane as she added that third dimension. Go ahead and release that. Good, staying in this position, go ahead and press out again. And you can see really well too from this angle, Kara's forearm is perfectly lined up to drive right into that knee. We have about 5 more seconds here. Their necks are beautiful, their backs are beautiful. They're getting a deep hip stretch. This is perfect, go ahead and release. And then one more time, we're gonna add that external rotation. Feeling that deep, deep stretch. Good for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release that knee. Now go ahead and drive that knee forward to get that rear foot stretch. So you may feel that in the lower calf. You could feel that in the back of the heel. You could also feel that as well still in the hips. This is gonna be the time that kind of showcases where you're still pretty stiff. And so you'll notice Kara kind of rocks in and out of that position. Because we're stretching not just soft tissue here, we're also stretching the joint. Having that rocking in and out of the position can be really, really, really wonderful for joint mobility. Okay, everybody. I think we're about good. We're warm. We're loose. Go ahead and release that stretch. And let's talk about what torture we have treatment and fun we have for you today. So today is going to be an AMRAP, okay? As many rounds as possible. We're going to go for 20 minutes. This means you need to keep your pace. So just like Kara's doing, she's getting her water, she's getting prepped. She's probably down-regulating her nervous system right now with some breath control, preparing herself. So my goal for you today in this AMRAP is to keep your pace, okay? Keep your pace. Find a pace that you can continue for 20 minutes long. It's not necessarily about how hard you can go. I want you to find something that you can sustain. That's the key today. We have 4 movements. My lovely, awesome friends here are going to show the 2 versions of what we call a tight plank. So Kara's going to show you from the side what a tight plank looks like. It's a short lever plank. So shoulders are stacked over her hands perfectly. Her knees are nicely underneath her hips, and she's only weight bearing on her toes and her hands right now. And in this tight plank position, for those of you who are level 1, you're going to stay here. For level 2s, you're going to walk in place, forward and backward, just like that. Level 3s are going to do the Jake, where he's going to go up and down the wall, okay? Keeping that shoulder stacked over the hand the whole time. So those are your tight plank variations. Everything in your AMRAP, is 10 repetitions. So you would go, if you're holding it and you're a level 1, you would just count to 10. If you're more advanced at a level 2 or a level 3, level 2 or 3, I'm horrible at this game, okay? Then you would do 10 repetitions, okay? The next movement is a backwards lunge. Okay, we've done this a lot within our videos instead of a forward lunge. This keeps the weight and the demand and load in your posterior chain more than it does your anterior chain. So you can see Jake from the front, Kara from the back, or from the side, excuse me. Go ahead and step back into those lunges and pause down at the bottom for me. And so with Jake, you can see right here, his knee is outside of his foot. That makes Mama Ellen very happy. We keep that knee behind the toe. He's got a nice upright position for stacking, and even his back, shin, and foot are nicely in line. So we've got Kara over here, knees stacked over the ankle. We love that. And then she's got a bunch of these right angles happening. And those are just wonderful loading positions. Okay, go ahead and stand back up because they're like, oh my gosh, lady, we haven't even started, right? And so what you're going to do is do 10 on each side. If you are a level 1, I want you to just step back with a weight shift like Kara's going to show. Perfect. If you're a level 2, you're going to step back and down into that lunge, okay? And level 2s can vary the depth, so you don't have to go as deep. So go ahead and Kara show about halfway down. Good. And then you can go all the way down like Jake just demoed almost, where he goes all the way down. Or if you're even higher, you see Jake has some weights. You can add additional weights there if you'd like. The next exercise is a floor touch jump. So you're going to touch the floor, making sure you're not bending through your back. You're bending through those hips in that either deadlift or squat format. And you're going to touch the floor and then explode into a jump off the ground. If you are a level 1, you might not go all the way to the ground. You might touch, just like Kara's demonstrating, a little bit higher up. Okay, and then you'll go up into a calf raise. Good, and then you'll come back down into whatever point you're touching. But go ahead and pause on there, Kara, for just a minute. Something really awesome to note. Feet are straight. Shins are fairly vertical. Knees are behind their toes. Look how far her hips are back. And look how straight her back is. Like, woo! She hasn't lost a bit. It's so good. Okay, so then when you come down, you'll go as far as is comfortable in that range of motion. And then I want what we call triple extension. So that is all the way up, extending through the ankles, toes, and, ankles, knees, and hips. All right, so all the way at the top. Whether you leave the ground or not is up to you. The last thing you're going to show is a push-up. Okay, so Jake, if you go ahead and turn sideways. And Kara, you're going to be straight up because you're on the box. If you don't mind, move that a little bit inward. Okay, so Kara's going to do that on an elevated surface like we've talked about before. Jake's going to do this on the ground. Our starting position, shoulders of course are over our hands. Our glutes are nice and tight to stabilize that beautiful straight back. Our legs are together. They're squeezing together to create stability. We're going to keep forearms vertical or close to that with Kara because she's on an angle. And we're going to drop our body forward and down. And then we're going to push back up. Beautiful. And so we're going to go there. I'm not going to make them do any more because that's a tough one. And you can do this with different variations, as we've talked about before. You can do this on the wall, you can do it on an elevated surface, you can do it on the floor, and if you're about level 4 or higher, you might even do a decline version with your feet on your chair, your ottoman, or even up on the wall. That one's a little bit more difficult because you can't anchor your feet, but I know people are doing that. So be careful if you're doing level like 5, 10, whatever that might be. So we have tight plank. We have backwards lunge. We have floor touch jumps, and then we have push-ups. Those are your 4. Everything is 10, so it's easiest to count, all right? Your goal is, actually we're gonna go down to 15 minutes because Ellen talked too long. AMRAP for 15 minutes. Are you guys ready?
Yes. A little scared, but I'm ready.
Little scared, but he's ready. That's awesome. Okay, we're starting with our tight plank. Now remember too, with the tight plank, what I didn't say is if you are level 1, you can be here and just hold. You're also welcome to do that on an elevated surface. All are okay. All right, we got a 10-second countdown that everybody's gonna hear, and you'll hear a 3, 2, 1, go, beep count, and then we're off to the races.
Countdown for anticipation.
1.
Woohoo, here we go, guys. And so remember, pacing. Keep your pace. When you're working against a clock, it's very tempting to go all out, right? But when you're in this program, it's important to not only do appropriate techniques, but be able to evaluate yourself. Go ahead and keep going, guys. Go wherever you want. You've got backwards lunges coming next. It's important to be able to evaluate yourself in the moment of what really is good for you, because more is not always better. We want to go for continued control in this type of a workout. So pace yourself. And you should start to feel by this point your heart rate is beginning to increase again, okay? So when you're going through, you're not only keeping your pace, but you're starting to now overlay breath control. So you're still thinking belly breathing. If you are at a point where you are still advanced, where you can breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, my kudos are off to you. This is good. That's where you would be if you possibly can. If you can't and you're mouth breathing already, then I need you to use that pursed lip breathing we've been practicing on your exhale so that you control that breath, you create that back pressure in order to afford you the opportunity to use your breath a little bit longer. All right, so we have 10 floor touch jumps. Everybody's landing super softly. Their hips are coming back. Their backs are staying straight to make sure that they don't take any motion. They don't change any of that segmental position between those vertebrae. Now we've got push-ups next. You can do that on an elevated surface, right? You can do that, on the floor, but wherever you're going, your glutes are squeezed, right? You've got good control the whole way through. Very good. These guys are doing an amazing job making it look easy. It's not. Push-ups, when you do them correctly, are hard. And you'll notice too, what they are doing that's different than a lot of things, or a lot of places, is they're doing full range of motion here. That makes a push-up substantially more difficult when you go full range of motion. Nicely done, everybody. We're back to tight planks. As we're going along, now we're starting to feel a little bit of shoulder work here. So Kara's gonna make sure the eyes of her elbow are rotated forward to create that external rotation. She's doing a perfect view right now to show you that her shoulders are not shrugged up towards her ears. She's keeping those away from her ears to not only keep stability in the shoulder, but also so that she's not breathing up there. We've got backwards lunges coming. Everybody's doing amazing. We have 12 minutes left on the clock. I think that's awesome. And you can hear them breathing, and you should by this point. You're in round 2, most likely everybody. And so in round 2, you should start to feel that cardiorespiratory demand continuing to increase. But the quicker you can get control of your breath, the faster you have control over your nervous system, and the faster you have control over whether your body sustains or whether it gasses. Because you can gas not only because you're going out of the gate and going too hard too fast, but also you can gas because the nervous system starts to get a little bit nervous about what you're asking it to do. And then you'll start to stimulate what's called that fight or flight response and release a bunch of cortisol, which we've talked about before in videos, which is not your friend. So I love it. See how they're keeping pace? You can even see this like inner dialogue bubble of, I got this, I can handle this, right? I'm not dead yet. Okay? Now, Kara, show me that calf raise version. So that everybody can get reminded at home, you can do that minimal touch down into a calf raise, and you can notice how she's going all the way into extension at her toes, extension at her knees, and extension all the way at the hips. So that's why we call that triple extension. Okay? Doing great, everybody. And so there, for anybody who has joint replacements in their hips or their knees or any sort of artificial hardware in your lower extremities, that version that Kara just did is perfect for you. Doing amazing, everybody. Take your time. As you can tell, this is hard. This is hard. But this is kind of fun for everyone to see the different paces, the different versions all at once. Whereas a lot of times I have to take that per round. Now you guys get it real time, different versions. You can also see something cool that Jake's doing. His hands are really open and splayed. And so with that gives him a lot of stability and the chance to afford him better balance as his feet begin to go overhead. So that is a fabulous job, everybody. Catching breath, resting whenever anyone needs. All right. Box just got heavier to move. Box is getting heavier. All right, so we have, let's see, Kara's going tight plank, I think. Jake's going into his backwards lunges, still keeping that knee on the outside of his foot and behind his toes. Kara's still got a beautiful core going. Shoulders are nice and active. Hands are nice and splayed. Shoulders are externally rotated. My goodness. These guys are awesome. Super, super cool.
That's how you get fit right here.
That's how you get fit.
Just sweating the calories out.
Doing awesome, everyone. So, now as you're going, remember, you're not doing this alone. Everybody in here, well, except me, is working really hard. So I know at home you're doing a great job. So at this point, your nervous system might start to be feeling like, I want to stop. I'm getting really, really tired and I'm getting uncomfortable. Uncomfortable is okay. Ask yourself, are you in pain? Is this dangerous? Or is this still safe and comfortable? Okay? So we want nice, safe, and comfortable. Even if you need to change your variation, try to keep moving. All right, we have about 8 minutes left. So you're almost halfway in. So think about this as the bell curve we've kind of talked about in previous workouts. You're at the peak of the bell, right? So we're gonna start our downhill slide here once we get past that 7.5 minute mark. Everybody's feeling the burn. I know you're feeling the burn at home. Kara's like, absolutely.
You got it. You guys got it.
What words of advice, what kind of things are you guys saying in your head right now to keep control over your body?
Keep breathing.
Keep breathing.
And keep a pattern, pace.
And keep a pace. Awesome. So those are really good words of advice. What about you, Jake?
I'm doing counting. I'm doing like 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1 like that.
Ah.
Setting small goals.
Small goals. So that's a really cool technique too, where he's just counting in sets of 3 so that he gives himself solid, quick goals that he can master in a short period of time. And that's really helpful in these long workouts. That's a great suggestion. Changing it up. I'm a fan. Oh, Kara's changing it up. Yeah, changing it up. So she's gonna try the kneeling version on the pad to show you this additional push-up version. She's still gonna keep her legs squeezed together so therefore she can activate her glutes. She's gonna squeeze, tuck that butt a little bit, and you can see she's working really hard to keep those forearms vertical. She's doing an awesome job, but she's still going full range of motion because she's crazy. No, because she's wonderful and she knows she wants the best for her body. And so she's choosing the right pathway. She's keeping her core really tight. It's gonna wanna break, and she's fighting it. And she's really making sure she's got good technique. Oh yeah, she's powering through. Nice work, Kara.
Laughing and exercising is hard.
Yes, absolutely. It contracts your core though, so that's good. Go, go, go. Awesome.
Work, right?
So Jake's over here, he's still smiling too.
Yep.
The whole
6 minutes 45 left.
6:45. So that means we're over halfway, right?
Yeah. Just do what you just did.
Just do what you just did. Absolutely. Wonderful, wonderful. Just keep your pace. And if you're working out with somebody else, you are running your own race. There is no competition here. Everybody does their own race. And that's true for this workout, and that's true at school. This is true for life. This is your race. That's why we preach assessing yourself during each step of the way, during each movement, during each workout, just yourself. Nice job. So you can see right there, Jake's got his knees out. He's landing softly. You can tell.
How many more?
No, I don't know. You're doing fine. I don't know how many. But you notice how soft everybody's moving. We like that. So Jake's still got a nice tight core. He's keeping those vertical forearms. Even though it's getting hard, you notice they take breaks when they need to in order to keep their pace when they're moving. And their faith, too. I don't remember. I misspoke there. They're rocking it. Kara's even using her sweet arm movement there. That's a really great technique for not only balance, but actually power generation. So you'll see their opposite arm to opposite leg. So her right arm comes forward because her left leg is forward. Okay? Her left arm and her right leg are matched and they go back. So that's called reciprocal patterning. It's perfect and a smart technique for control of her movement. We have 5 minutes left on the clock, folks. That means you have 1/3 left. Hallelujah, you are on the downward slope now. And after this, I promise we get to control your nervous system, bring down the breath control, and do a little bit of core work. So you're almost there.
Just get my breathing under control.
Get your breathing under control and then go. Yep. And you know here at Mindset we're sticklers on form. So I highly recommend taking breaks anytime you need it to get control of your breath and control of your body. If you don't have control of your breath, you don't have control of your body. Remember we talked about position equals power. So if you don't have breath, you don't have position. And so that's really, really crucial because then you cannot generate power. So if you can't control your breath, stop what you're doing, get control, and then come back to it. Okay? So at this point, 4 minutes left on the clock.
Yep.
Control that breath and go. Do the best you can. You probably have 2 rounds left of all of that sections of 4. So think about it, you have 8 exercises left. That's your goal. That's your goal. Like, it's easy for me to sit here and say because my thighs and my thighs aren't burning, my shoulders aren't exhausted, and my breath is totally at rest. You guys are doing an amazing job. But they haven't been back in the gym in a while, so even though this is hard, this feels good.
Yeah.
Loving every minute of this.
See? Loving every minute of it.
Yeah.
This is so good.
You don't get this workout by yourself. You gotta have someone help you.
Yeah, it's so good to have somebody here like us. We're here for you to help you along the way, give you the cues to keep you safe and smart with your choices, and then as well give you a little bit of a little bit of motivation to keep going. Okay? 3 minutes on the clock, everybody. It's gonna come here before you know it. You're almost done.
I will finish these push-ups.
She will finish these push-ups. Did you guys hear her? That's amazing. I love the self-talk. Love the self-talk. You can do it. I know you got it, Kara. Come on, girl. Woo! Come on. She's got one more. Okay, everybody at home say, go, Kara! Come on, Kara! One more, you got this. Push, drive, drive, drive. Oh, that was easy. That was easy. She's so good.
Nice job. Come on. Just one more round.
You guys got this. 2.5 minutes, everybody. I'm so proud of all of you. I'm so proud of Jake. I'm so proud of Kara and everybody at home. You've done this today. You're almost done. Don't stop now. You've done this today. You've done this for 12 weeks. You can do this. I promise you, just keep moving. Just keep moving. So right now, there's going to be some thoughts in your head, like, I don't know if I can do it. And Kara's probably going, I do not want to do another round of push-ups. But she's gonna get there.
I will get there.
She's gonna get there. And Jake's gonna finish this round of lunges.
Yeah.
Even though it burns. Because right now he's gonna go, my quads are kind of tired, so therefore I should make sure I'm recruiting my glutes and my hamstrings. Because remember, that's your primary engine. So if you're relying on a secondary engine in the last minute of play here, that's not a good choice. Keep using your best muscles. Use your power muscles, your hamstrings and your glutes. Drive into your heel and get those muscles to fire so they can help you. Okay? You guys have put in the work for 12 weeks. Your body can do this. You've adapted to be able to tolerate all this. I know it. I trust you. I trust you. You have a minute left, everybody. A minute, like 10 seconds. You can do anything for a minute, right? If you get your head right. So get your head right. Any of that negative self-talk, tell those voices to just be quiet. You say, I'm busy, I got work to do.
60 seconds left.
60 seconds. What do you want to do with your life in 60 seconds?
I want to push myself.
Who do you want to be in 60 seconds? You got jumps, right, Jake?
Stephen Colby, that's what I want to be.
You got jumps?
Finish up those push-ups. That's how we do.
Get it, guys. 60 seconds goes fast. Good. Nice soft landings. There you go. I know you're tired. I know you're tired, Jake. I see you. I feel you. They're doing awesome. Come on. 30 seconds. Everybody's got push-ups.
You want to give us a count?
Okay, I got you. You got 23 seconds. Here we go. Come on, guys. Get us 1 and 2. The carries on 3, man. You guys got it. You take your time. Everybody's got their own race. You got 10 seconds, everybody. See what you got. Push yourself. I know it's hard. Everybody at home, I know you're tired. Woo! Oh, timer's done. All right, so these guys are going to catch their breath. You at home, catch your breath. Grab a little bit of water.
Feel right with you guys.
They did such a good job. So grab some air, grab some water, and then everybody's going to come back here in about a minute. So catch that breath. Even as you're walking around, start to breathe in through the nose, out through pursed lips. Try to get to the point where your exhale is that money-making 8-second interval. Okay, it's gonna be really hard right now as you're breathing hard and fast.
Sorry.
Try to, tired, you lose proprioception, right? So when you guys are ready, you're gonna be on your back, heads facing each other, feet facing away, so that everybody can see you from the side.
Good?
You're great. You're great. They're keeping their distance, right? So one hand is on their chest, and one hand is on their belly. And they're taking their breath. Kara just did a perfect belly breath right there that you guys can see. She's taking that breath into her belly, which is the quickest way, like we talked about, to get control of your nervous system. Just to slow that chemical release of stress hormones. We want to slow and tell your body you did a great job. There's no stress here now. None of this is danger anymore. The challenge is gone. And you're just breathing. And the quicker you can get that 8-second exhale, so we're gonna test that in a second. That's that money mark to know that you have your control of your nervous system again. So as you're ready, you're gonna inhale and exhale an S sound and try to get 8 seconds. Good. Take a breath, nice rest breath. Nothing super deep. We call these little recovery breaths. When you're ready, everybody inhale through that belly, exhale for 8. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Take that inhale by just relaxing the abs. As you just release the tension in your abdominal after that full exhale, the air should just flush in. It should not have to be forced in. So now that everybody's heart rate is coming down, your respiratory rate is coming down, your nervous system is calming, I want everyone to float those hands skyward, palms facing inward. And as you're ready, inhale, one arm overhead. Exhale, it returns. Synchronize that with your breath. Even if you're at home, don't pay attention to the screen. I want you to just inhale, arm overhead. Exhale, return. And this is based on your breath, not my counting. Good. For level ones, you're going to stay here, continuing to just breathe, taking one arm overhead at a time. If you're level twos, I want you to float one leg in the air. And you can actually straighten that a little bit more toward the ceiling and then slightly rotate your knee outward so your heel's pointing inward. Good. Go ahead and take a couple breaths on each side in this position, keeping that leg just where it is, just working on that arm position. Great job, everybody. Makes me want to take nice deep breaths. Good. Now float. If you are a level 2, you stay. If you're a level 3, float both legs up into the air. Extend those knees. And you're going to open the knees outward just a little bit to make somewhat of a diamond or an oval shape with your legs. Jake, if your hamstrings will allow it, go ahead and straighten those heels up a little bit more. Good. And then go ahead and keep breathing. So now we've added a little bit of tension into the abdomen by creating a little bit of a contraction. Still breathe and allow your stomach to expand. Don't take the breath to your neck and into your high chest. We want it to be into the abdomen, still allowing that diaphragm to contract downward as you inhale and then retract upward as you exhale. You guys can see it. It's really nice. The Kara's right in the front. So as she inhales, that belly still expands, but she doesn't lose spinal position. So she keeps enough tension in her core to keep position and still allow breath control. That's really, really nice job. Good. Let's go ahead and drop our legs to the floor, give them a break, and pull our knees to our chest. And just rock a little side to side, taking the tension out of our back, taking it out of our tummy, taking it out of our hips, and even out of the shoulders. And as you're able, keep that kind of hug on the knees and straighten out the knees away from you to get a little bit of a stretch in your shoulders and your upper back. So allow, yep, you can see Kara just did it, so good. And then Jake just followed suit. So the arms are straight and your legs are pushing outward to really stretch out the back part of the shoulder and into the thoracic spine. And then release that, bring the knees back down to your chest. Good. And then keeping that head nice and down, go ahead and press out again. Get that nice stretch in that upper back. Very good. Awesome. Go ahead and release that. Legs can come back down to the floor. Now we're going to go back and float those arms overhead again. Now level ones, you're going to stay here. Level twos, you're going to lift your right leg. So go ahead and lift that right leg. You're going to connect your left hand to your right leg, the right inner knee. And then if you are a level 3, you may lift that your left leg. So Kara's leg that's on the floor. Good. So now from here, you can inhale and take one arm overhead. Exhale, return. If you want to make it a little harder, you can inhale and lower that free leg. And then if you want to make it even more challenging, you do what Kara and Jake are doing, where you're doing your arm and your leg, still inhaling them apart, and you're exhaling them together. So we're going to stay here for about 5 more breaths, and then we will switch sides. Kara here, she's right in the front, so I'm going to showcase her a little bit more as well. You can see she's inhaling, but that spine is not moving a whip. That's how you know she's got great spinal control. And those hip flexors that are lowering that far leg, they're not stronger than her core. So she's able to hold that position during this movement without losing that spine position. This is a wonderful job. How many more breaths you got, Kara?
1 or 2.
1. Let's go for one more. Let's go for one more. Inhale them apart. Exhale, return. Good. We're going to drop both legs to the ground. Bring those knees to your chest. Get a nice little release in our back. And then when you're ready, you're going to drop your legs back down. And you're going to connect the opposite side. Okay, so we've got right hand to left knee. Now you can stay with that other leg on the floor and just do the arm. If you want it a little harder, you take that other leg off of the ground, and you can do just arm, you can do just leg, or you can do arm and leg together. So just make sure you're sequencing with your breath control, and you're gonna work through about 7 breaths here. So Kara's on, let's say 1, and 2. Good. 3. So this is still hard, they're still working, but you'll notice this is much more of a muscular and just coordination and connection challenge. Their heart rate and your heart rate and respiratory rate at home should still be under control. Good. I think we got 1 more apiece, and then we're gonna go ahead and rest, put our feet back down on the ground. Good, 1 hand on chest, 1 hand on belly. And at this point, just breathe. It should be easy to send breath now into your abdomen. So close your eyes here and connect in with that breath, because you did an amazing job today. It was hard. It was challenging. And it was literally time consuming. This was a time-based workout, and it goes very well, with our theme today. Don't shy away from those challenges just because it's gonna take time. That 15 minutes, it passed no matter what you did, right? So don't shy away from your challenge, and you'd be shocked at how much you can accomplish in that 15 minutes. And so I want you now to compare this to the workout we did in the first week, that this was the same movements. Did you do the same variations? Did you do more repetitions than you did that first week? Was it as hard as what you did 12 weeks ago? Because chances are you've improved and you've grown and you've changed during this whole 12-week time. And you didn't shy away from that challenge, and look at how much you've accomplished. So we're not done yet. So make sure you come back tomorrow. You can stay in this position as long as you would like. And as always, we love you more than you know. Have a great day.